Hello everyone and welcome to Historian Jetu platform. Today I am going to discuss an important topic that had been especially asked by one of the viewer of my YouTube channel. Let me tell you that today I am going to discuss one important question that can be asked in the UPSC examination or that can be for the normal general people also. That was the region of present-day Assam a part of India when the Tai-Ahom people settled down into this region in the 13th century or not. In one of the review of the previous video that I made on the Ahoms, that is the burial site of the Assams, one of the viewer had asked me what came India. Was that region a part of India at that time? He especially challenged that my introduction was wrong in that video, in the previous video, for which the link had been there in the YouTube videos also. Okay, so in this question we will particularly discuss that what should we understand them. So basically, if I talk about, so during the 13th century, you know that Assam was a region distinct in cultural and the political structure. Yes, it can be considered as a part of broader cultural and the geographical identity known as India. While the modern concept of unified state was not present, है ना, जो modern nation का concept है वो नहीं था. Okay, but the historian argue that Assam's integration into the Indian subcontinent, especially for cultural, political fabric, allows us to consider it in the concept of Indian Empire only. If we talk about before going to the past, before these people, in the 6th, 7th century, there is a very powerful dynasty in the Assam ruling, that is a Brahmaputra dynasty, and the most important ruler of this dynasty was a Bhaskar Barban. He was a worshipper of Shiva, as noted by Huensang also. Later on, he had supported the Buddhism like Harshvardhan. Through his famous inscription called Nidhan Pura copper plate inscription, he is praised for his dedication toward the Aryan religion, his wise of future resources and things. So he was a supporter of Hindu religion at many points of time. He had a very good diplomatic relations with the northern Indian peoples and eastern Bengal. Before Ahoms people in India, that they settled down in the 13th century, we have the regions ruled by the Chutia and the Acharyya kingdoms. And apart from that, they had a good relationship with the Pal rulers of Bengal, that was especially ruled by Gopal, Dharampal and other people who are basically known for the establishment of the Vikramshila University, Udantapur University, and then the patronage of Nalanda University also. So this is what we know. So we can say that, so establishment of a home ruler is not talking about the invasion, it is about the integration into the politics. How did these people came? According to historical chronicle written by themselves, Buranji, in around 1218, the Sukaphaa led 9,000 people from the Mongol in China and settled in India. For 13 years, he had been fighting and they controlled tribes in dead of war and they established their state in Assam, especially the capital city was Chirodoi, where they started building the large number of burial sites. Okay, so we can say that Ahom invasion did not involve capture of India as a whole, but rather than the establishment of a new polity within Assam. Later on, they conclude Kamrupa dynasties when the Bengal people were very weak. This is what we know in detail. Apart from it, when these people came to India, some historians like N.N. Acharyya consider this a significant event, okay, in the assimilation of Assam into the broader society and the political context of Indian during the medieval period, especially it talks about. So we can say that arrival of the Ahoms and their subsequent rule did not signify the capture of a unified India, okay, but rather the integration of Assam into the evolvement, the socio-political landscape of the India's subcontinent by this time. This is what we know. Apart from it, if you talk about the rule between 13th century to 19th century, so they maintain their distinct Ahom identity, that is from the Mongolia plus China, but eventually they adopted many Indian administrative practices, titles, cultural norms, further aligning Assam with the Indian subcontinent. A great Ahom ruler between this time who is ruling from 1497 to 1539, his name is Sohungmun. He had adopted a Hindu title called Swarg Narayan and these kings were known as a Swarg Dev also. This is what we know. So we can say that this is a unity of the culture, religion and trade of these people. Like many historians also tell that Assam was culturally and geographically the part of Indian subcontinent. Historian like Romila Thapar, she especially argued and notes that while Assam had its own unique cultural and political developments, it shared significant cultural economical and religious exchanges with the rest of India was there. So this exchange included trade, spread of Buddhism, and later part में the integration of the Hindu practices also, and especially the Sanskritization of the people, which linked Ahom with the broader Indian cultural milieu from the medieval times onward. Apart from it, we have the VK Katatiya highlights. What does he say? He said that Brahmaputra Valley, where the Ahom people settled down in the 13th to 18th century, had been the part of the greater Indian cultural and economical sphere for the centuries. Do you know? He especially suggests that the cultural integrations, okay, and the influences of the Sanskritizations and its traditions within the Assam align its with the larger perspective of the Indian civilizations. Okay, this is what we know about this perspective. Apart from it, let me tell you that by the time of 13th century, the region of Assam had been influenced by the various cultural activities, and apart from these various cultural activities, we have the religious movements also. Suppose that we have the most important things that is there, the spirit of Buddhism, later Jainism also, particularly the Vaishnavite movements under the leadership of Shankara Dev. तो शंकर देव बहुत ही प्लेड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल दैट लेड टू द राइज ऑफ द डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ कल्चरल डांस एंड सिस्टम्स आर फ्लोरिशिंग देयर. इसमें सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ हमारा इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है, कई सारे डांस पर्सपेक्टिव्स डेवलप होते हैं. शंकर देव हैज़ अ वेरी गुड रिलेशन विद द नॉर्दर्न इंडियन मीराबाई, कबीर दास, एंड देन वी हैव द गुरु नानक ऑल्सो. ही हैड इंटीग्रेटेड मेनी ऑफ द आइडियाज ऑफ मीराबाई, कबीर दास एंड नानक इन टू हिज things. So this is what we know. So Ahom culture was very much limited with the perspectives of this one. So what we can say, student, while Assam maintained a distinct political and cultural identity from 13th century onward, it can be considered a part of broader Indian subcontinent due to its cultural, religious and political interactions within the rest of India. This is what we know. Later, during the time of Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb, some parts of Assam was a part of Assam, part of Mughal Empire also, and you know that by the time of 1826, as per the Treaty of Yadavo signed between the British and the Burma, the Assam became the part of India. This is what we know in such detail. Okay, so we cannot say that Assam was not a part of India in the 13th century. We should see here that as we have seen in the evidence that in the ancient time we have Kamrupa, then we have Atiyas, then we have other dynasties, and they had good link with the Pals, okay, and then even the Ahoms were assimilated with the Indian culture. As we know is that there are so many other foreign invaders came to India. For example, Kusan came, before that Persians came, then Greek had come. So many the foreign invasions had come from India, from world to India, and these people had been assimilated with the Indian culture. So we cannot say that the Assam was not a part of India in the 13th century as asked by them. I hope that one of my viewers are able to understand this topic. If there is any further doubt, I can make other videos on these themes and we can discuss more in detail about that. Okay, so thank you for watching this video at the Historian Jitu platform. We will be discussing other videos in the next time. Thank you.